right, I'm sorry for your mama behind so Katwa show neighbor bonko. My name is senior colleague Austin Woode. He's the working encyclopedia because Ghana had him say Basa Nipa, he knows something about everything. In fact, he takes all the boxes. And then he baby di amamono hon komo kakra. Enti e court on sense ma ba we buy oral etisay Boahen Hanan Wahab akwese koje akwabena du Boahen akwese say. And of course the much talked about one which is the said Natamaklo issue no abusiafo chama won't me so feature I was a discussion nti mpacho won subscribe channel be subscribe we have bell notification akọ button on video no drop here won sabeka feel free to leave your comment in the comment section no be share link no na foforo anya bi ahwe Nanani
afin chere
hey ma feel hey
afin
see how go yeah
so
ubana matutu jana hey nana
man there's someone amuyo
banana pa with me radio party won
oh minjaye
oh asa waja radio
minjaye but
waja radio
kakanga kama
ama abrofo na be pochu afri multimedia
me tofa mun kakanga kra na unse say no say the area say kono ehun hia kra say we available in a physical studio
yeah
nti en fan say mo say a couple of times mo frame na
exactly
ni mo din komo other places like Joy GH1 City nenkeka ho no it helps because
you know the interesting thing. We will get into the conversation in a moment, but my mentor and the Kampacho left Flower Green Clean Solutions say, Open Clinic Company, I'm a mobile CCR prepare of fee honum, hospital, church, bank, station officer, and why I come away him. Me patch off for numbers in the bush screens, like a crab in a bedroom, a trade money you put at the amount. Where the only say we clean put at a did you my tongue. Papa. When young Quancha would have for a phone be would clean wash when a whole bone that be. Yet the renters are different numbers in Kotobi. Now be the home adance. Yet you can't just so if you can now back as just a traffic light, no try a pair one said the faso. A brosana is on 1-2 as a pair one sa ebekaye. Sa enso na backhomeaccess.com aba. Ama na namuse omo abuchire no. Wo abuchire na project bi Ghana hanum say. Oh hase ya. Anka project no obviously ubekwa community dana we see business na wo ye ka beko side akwa community but woni enti no we want to be your eye and your hand in this country the pacho log on to backhomeaccess.com na ka kire say wo see dan bi wo boanka enti yenko ne yenko monitor ma wo enti yekwa dana do learn to le betwa pictures video ne ama wo situational report eti say wan kasa do woni ko hwe we nya busua ne enamfofo de ne bi akwa no mu twa wo ntro da bi pacho ye de ntisa enti ubakura mpo na wo school no Ghana hanum say wo abuchire o pese woni teacher ne bi kodi nkomo fa oba no ne academic progress mpacho fashion sa yekwa yebetwa ne yopo ne yemo ho de ekoso oba na brabum e wo school no mpacho fe number ne go screens wate na ibe ne kama area ma na de na make can say how were you managing and how did you manage to do it when you are out there in the UK but it looks like court issue be a drop Ghana have be when I feed you be Ghana some of the update. Oh, I say no care, but that's a fact.
Oh, when we say on when me Juma kakra. Integrity here. Yes. I always say it on radio say asimbi a mechanic ni bi a me say 10 years down the line me to me a defend until I just don't come out. But me realize the idea be same. Ghanaians were not seized with information from the courts. Until no be baby say na case we kura kodi say o mo be kan say yente ho asem na we kura kosi say akosi na say oh okay. Me share how na LOOMS so issues ne bae no. On say court no ni pay di akire na bi we na say oh me no say ada no last time me catch you say me radio mu me bae any media mu nyina no was to try and put out correct information. And only me juma me might say me be 2 before and no a buy a bonus.
But but that's your target. But is it that there were loopholes in the system?
Yes.
Is that you felt people were
there was a lot of loopholes. And I realized media practitioners were not doing a lot of research, especially hosts. Into who there are people Omobam shows some so I won't remember because me I hold you to it no say nothing.
You can't even talk about Fred Arapa.
So like Koka say
former deputy finance minister.
Koka say you phone him in free program no so.
But they come say for the deputy finance ministers no more also. It about deputy ni baako.
Enye ni o free mu no.
E ba cho me dem nka wi.
Na enye oba no. So iti court asem say ni owubisa na say say ade am say amanfo ope na no hwam yazando me ade we me nyamfa mpa sika ni fame ni we amanfo kura nim say nya wo a ene nipa kakra bi a NY Eugene I don't come even on screen. I never do that. Me say okay, I don't am pay information, no am for manipa. But I also realize say on the court no, assembly is very delicate. Me call any man ko enye pe. Me call any man ko enye pe. One ye careful la. Escry free adi bi mu a ebetumi adane asem ni nyina. So ube my information na you get people to be there. But people being there no omo de mamia. I still not say I don't trust them. People have placed in the course. Na yemi amisika.
Yeah.
Yes, I funded through me initiative ni. But I also say ebi obeka kire one ti asem no yie. Ebi anipa na wasoma no o interest bi wa asem ni ebi o team legal wife. Ebi o odoburu ni enti asem no se de esi ye no kra no onka ema unye se enti sa de a after getting witness account no from the court proceedings no Messiah tried to get the documents from the court no into omo kenyina say Austin Woode dey no nya a public document document obinim it was me dey want to me plea bargain letter no statement no attorney general say plea bargain omo say dey no nya sa de na dey no obi ko sere na say a public document. Any document filed at the court, no, a public document.
Just that you can't alter it, right?
No, exactly. It's in Wahamia. Me firing can
don't follow logo.
But I know why you can't to me. They don't say me na me the Bible on say wako bank ho. And a bank for no say masa. Attorney General now nene nkoka.
Yeah.
Because of from them, go for di watemu. Why no kure ukonya away. Attorney General make kai. Elam say zandu. So unim say, me mfa asem say em to hono em to abonte. It is a mabo two institutions which is wound to meaning a lawyers and Exim Bank. Senya no kra omumra abonte. E di be 1 month.
No wound to me.
And ema Attorney General money wound to me. Application ni could pay judge in him. What won't say me back? I say, no. That is not my focus.
It's all the no document no fact. O can't no just was a woman.
Time anyway. It's why me the two say the another one would be a porno. Say won't me
Yes.
People were like London. And then I will tell someone. And then I said, you see, can also I said, who be na feed you. One, I have people in the courts. And now you don't have a strategy. One says, who PM high court na court case.
Okay.
Inti udru baby I say be a ground first floor no. A criminal division. So all I do then say I check for the week, case we be na judge need to share that bay. Falling within the week na my say ye di no he. It's a criminal court and a general jurisdiction and we are na my many people say ne 11:30 no criminal court one judge Achibonga na Zandu na be wo ho. Until time bia no de be boss no na my tia extra de ama obi na it's
so you actually pay those people?
Yeah, because they are working
for you.
I will not say for me because it's like they are working to get me information.
But so literally they are working for you because you are paying them or they are moving for interest.
Okay. There have been times I will say me used to say my sumo, but my catch say me srow me hear information before I be work or the amame. It's no I catch me say okay me mean to me nko. But remember, ubi akwa amamia. Message family nipa ni to fuel because won Jimmy fuel sika. Message ma nipa ni fam to fuel. Na nipa na kwa de ade na mame. Enu nti na wahwe ahon. People feel say I am too overconfident. No, because me ma sume nipa na ma na ko. Iti me ne mo ka asem no wo social media ahon. I'm seized with information. What did they mention? I say, I am seized with information. Obi akoho ma ye hu adwuma ma obi akoho. Nipa no so ko ye no. So we have questions I am bisa. What kokra the pictures na ma. I want to examine me careful pa sim bia me de beto abonte. So I want to verify. We are sure so ko ho. Unko gina baby no atwa picture no. Uji authority every omo ho. Ana we ye why all the amame. Is this the correct pictures? How long has it been? When I am seized with all that information, me ba abonte na me say ya. Me did say meet me defend it. No. So court to semono. The documents I get and the ya ne bi ehu.
Ye bi ehu. Bi so no hye.
Bi ehu pa because komodi die yi mu no. Makeke bi a okra be ya onwanwa. But ni na court records. A public document.
But Nana, I don't know. You see, okay, when you're a businessman, okay, I don't know if you're a businessman anyway. So but I say businessman be or take a decision in Sika Shema or share the interest in what he gets in the end. It will more bisika. And yes, what for the Juma Kaba court, a copy document and information the amount. Yeah, I will say to Kano. People say, do you get something in the end?
No. Thank you, Bianca. YouTube ne sa ni o mani nyina no. Ehona na me de beto. Why I mean I don't do that. And me wo ha woot me from say what the document be to ho a cover.
Exactly.
But what the Porsche be na to ho fa ni nyina ma me. Wo kan na me de ama o. Say fire the all day no say.
Na wonya hwe free ma de enti na wo boka sa de.
Okay. On say me hu ni say e cabo. What I do ni say I don't expend beyond my means.
Okay.
So for instance, who say me can say me hear pictures from Baba Yara no.
Me refu.
Oh, the enya say still now be ya. Who say I am not giving you more than 100 Ghana because minimum say from tech echo you know at least so who Jimmy Scoba I'm using it as an example 100 Ghana 100 Ghana so you saying so because who this kakra chobi but me nyoma me ye ni nyina no I want Ghanaians to be informed. Why? Zando, me jidi se on. We don't need to choose right leaders, which party, wine and nobody wants bad for Ghana. Nobody wants bad for Ghana. Kofi Akpaloo, wasi the Ghana man, obey ni
as president.
Konko ye bibi bone ma Ghana. Ono nso be ye bibi. Obi ono so beka say President Akufo-Addo man kola ku school. Men so no, me kwa si hospital. President Mahama si ono ye kwan o si market o ye we enya adwen bone Dr. Baumi ase motoma me a yusuwe na meye mensuwe na meye to bia ka se obeye bi bia ni wa adwen bone.
Okay.
But I believe say when citizens are seized with the correct information we will make the right choice.
Okay.
That should be it. If citizens are seized with the correct information we will make the right choice because as MBSC ask yourself, say, even court judgment are babonting. Aye, nyina ya kan bi no. Ebi mu so o makan atiase, omunya lawyer so o makan atiase. Ebi mu so da bi wo tiase ye, say na tire, ebi mu so me de men kan
one document.
Enye papa. It be sound say time no a na court documents ne mama ye nyina ye kan bi no. Na ye nipa ba akopɛ, ebi akwaku ba ako na wakwa akopɛ sa documents ni we no. Ni obeke bia ne nyina ye beji adi. So we will not be able to make informed choices on the court ruling. No? Okay. That is why I do that. It's why sometimes I go back to old court documents. Na makwa koto. Se bi o wa enye mi nya wo main judicial service ho no. Eti emfa ne say Salah versus Attorney General 1970 case, one of the biggest cases. It's like Tufo versus Attorney General. Na bibia si wom. Me hear say me de baba abeto abonten. Ya wo me 1970. What the koto on so a lawyer bi o say lawyer for no ade o mu di BTN say o mu de o lawyer ni huna o ba no say wo ka asase mo say na tie na o ye ma say
ba ko bi am ni o top I feel person lawyer
bia law mi nim ni we it's what I do ni say ma me nko pa ade no na me mfa meto say na Supreme Court no e kan enti obi hu ko no akan kwa obefa so ate ba wo be ko no na wo say meto na say amakoto ba ko 64 Ghana cedi.
Wow.
Just one judgment because it was coming to inform on a discussion we are having. It will shape the discussion. And no hear me.
Wow.
It's me no say me ye bibi. Oh, and your mind na me do.
No, don't mind because that's your way of contributing to society.
Yeah, but so him say no credit na mama ba radio mu. And no na mama ba radio mu. It's radio say so me we me program no be frame say me mra ha. Se me ko ho na me share information ebeboa amenipa take the right decisions. I'm okay with that. Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, now let's go into the specifics now. 4 cases. Boahen Hanan Wahab, former Buffer Stock CEO, right? Then I catch him and of course said Natamaklu. But I'm here with Kwabena Boahen and Abdul Hanan Hawab. Because we've been following the issues, and then me Kasani be because on the Nima de Nina, Madikan catches he knows something about everything. We are seeing be politics will be will be sports will be will be entertainment will be will be Makamasem. The only say Abdul Hanan Wahab and Kwabena Boahen case no from Wahab. Where did they start and where are we now? And case no ne puma si bread there wait to name it for acha.
Say I keep asking, say, those who say Attorney General no, or the obi court no, where they can about one thing, ebe guni hufi, beka, or sorry, didi on court no. So do you me bisa me say where Timemunia? What do you lose if the Attorney General does a press conference? No catch it say no man who afa Joshua ho. We. And ultimately, so the court.
No, but the press conference sometimes appears too much. And if you go out to a press conference, it looks like a judge in the panel where a customer fan of say we all who say we. A toby trim. Now later, when the panel didn't follow court cases in their course, no, the panel all the issues they born no. That's all page in one. Now, I say initially press conference now by the impression they create out of the press conference no. I mean the panel that and
brilliant. Ne say unkuru no obo chire no. Eno no de court. It is a comedian ni yo madwuma. So mbeka se ne Attorney General bebo nkura kire court say ni nti asem no ka wo press conference. Ne say press conference ni say media na career. E ke yeso yente.
Of course.
So what is the difference eh? Yes asem no na ono so obi aye no.
Eno de
court say court. Say na Zando aye de neighbor. Say media no so report. Obeka say Attorney General court ne say Steven Zando abasika we de man no. What they are koto on account where you be free ho e de akwa toka yes I na kwadu no mo de bono it was on me brief facts it will be kire mu nyina
to ka kind of court but the only difference is that
now no be come it is a comedian report to court sa na e bete no
okay
so okay eti who say time no court cases course no na sa time people do not follow Chachuchikata Ibrahim Adam ne Asamoah Boateng Kwadwompiani na se Kwadwompiani ni Tarzan say ya na si ye na say so mo diga na 50 sika e je sa kwadu na na ye de kobo court na court say obi o mako commission of inquiry de amasho oath e say o mo beka no kore o ka sa de no wo wontimi nyusu sa asem na waka no emfa me prosecute no
okay
eti amafo ya no mo ka say Kwadwompiani so technicalities on it Tarzan ya ni o masem no kora ya start
wow.
Oh, so I am someone no kokoka.
The other difference is that I think this is the first time
because see it's na but me say na someone no dey court so because court na Kwabena Dubois Hanan asem okokan no wakoka sa asem na akire court I say Buffer stock no ye adwuma wo wono ne yere abiebie companies na Buffer stock ni no northern region no omo de contract mema omo won say oboss akwadu ni nyina wie no withdraw charges no and o say wanya new evidence bi dey by on say no kra say me ka kire o fe no dan no I say Attorney General say but we ni nyina because I work court no me can Attorney General I say Owura Hanan ebeko Buffer stock no ye be ma ne ba bi atena aban ana oman no and o say me kwa akotena ba bi a address ni ye ebia B52 D3 e kan ye say no mo gime and o je I think $780,000 for time no de tena ho ni nyina na Attorney General ne say new evidence o man no makoye nhwemu ahu say ba bi na okotena ye no sa time no na ye nsi dan kura wo sa address no
okay
na che say asase a wono kwa akoto ena wode hu papers abeji sika free aban wo say obi dan a wode ama no address no provide ye no Attorney General asem wo kan no it no no okobo sa akwadu no wo court because obeso kire say address na wo say meti B52 D13 ho na meti aban busumi mi ama mi sika se ekekabo mi $780,000 no uko check sa address na sa fie no yesi wie abra na ono no what jisika yen starting si fie no kra
attorney general so be kasa na be or evidence bi
say you ko na aye saa na nhwehwe mu nti saa evidence no de be kokko enti announce bet ba ka say da bi attorney general aye mistake GPS address na ye generate ye no on say GPS na ba first wo gina wo fie ha wo generate na ama o ayi efie ho na so say gina ba bi so obi ono nso bet men ka say no ko nso bet ba ka say attorney general eye fie na won chen na ho mum na mete entinya asase pete na later wu ko hu enti obekwa kobo sa kwa adu ni nyina but on say wo de kokota wo investigation ni bibia na wonya boko adu no ade friend charge no a ye de practice direction biaba CJ Sofia Akufu say ansa na yebedi asem no ye nyina ye ntena se de friend case management conference no na yenka say wo no kwa adu na wo de bo nipa no eye den na ye enwunyina so to this documents ni nyina be ma nipa na wo bo no kwa adu no lawyers ahwem
so the case management will be done before
the trial starts
okay
to the man no wo hwem ni bibia na judge no nso aka say se wo no asem ne bow na ewo se wo yi wo ano a wo wadansi difo a wo be frɛ wo mo di adansi ama wo no for mo address ni omudin edi kan ma attorney general so ne de ozu se de wo di be yi wo ano de bi ekra nyambai enu bi na esi ya e wo gift o ware die ni mu a ne lawyer Gary Makoko Supreme Court no say that so wo ho say sa practice direction na Chief Justice Sofia Akufu di bae no etia constitution no
wow
because so man yes na chese wo di atumu say nipa no obedi submission of no case no will not work into obey opinion defense nipa so ye innocent till proven guilty eti akọ Supreme Court enom eti hana no mo yes ani omani nyina wie no na trial no ba be starting na enioma bi wo ho say omo di big court no man but one thing ne say Hanan was a lawyer which is Godfrey Dami and Hanan yere no so on say starting new charges no companies ne we ni na attorney general yi o mafrim and what charges akoye on ne yere Hanan yere no so won a different lawyer on na ye Augustine Obuo Augustine Obuo no a former prosecutor and I say oye wabeye private practice or defense lawyer and he said na Tamakulu case no Daniel Axim no ka ho no ono ne lawyer ne Augustine Obuo we a very astute lawyer pa eti omo raise issues with charge sheet say a defective dog for that me raise issues no eti judge Justice Achibonga ebe rule no and rule say what dismiss 3 grounds na Godfrey Dame di bae ni nyina na emu hu ni say 14 no count 14 no a defective problem ho and a 9 no so em so omunkoye ni kakra to okewie na say and omunya ne static case na Godfrey Dame so say there be ntimi static case no so say omunkonko and change 2 of the no say eno de ejina omo so omuni ni oso omo ye omo anya omuni ni ebeto omo oho enti Godfrey Dame no enso pie ye no wako challenge Justice Achibonga ruling no e wo court of appeal
wow
say Justice Achibonga ruling on defective charge sheet no one ne nya adwene enti court of appeal really won enti o yes so a o sa file application say until say court of appeal be ruling on saade no yen stay proceedings wo high court wo me ento aso was another application ya come ento aso because me the maximum court of appeal answer just Achibonga say ruling on sa stay ni say there yen timi stay me nyintu me static case no and no na next week o mo ba be start no enti defective charge sheet ne de and also wo court of appeal ho but say court of appeal buama dame e say a defective charge sheet na che say case at the high court no has to terminate na attorney general no as a new charge sheet.
A strategy or more deployed to
say defense lawyers they do some of these things so that idea bia so betimi dey free the client they do
so next
things.
week we be answer
say court of appeal no ruling in my it's next week attorney general be friend the first witness or be friend the first witness na trial na start because stay of proceedings ya anji antum next week Hanan Abdu okay on say matters on yere no say ne ba yare omo dey call and ya ruling on that judge na ampene because judge ne say Untimi.
Me can't eat
Beman Debbie. Say a man a quine. And I have a problem.
So that's what I'm talking about. And no, your man can so bet me akwaba.
I so kwaba 14th no. It you all corner attorney general say bank na or nisika or Republic Bank no. Say or abaho. Eba be yi nisika. It is the attorney general say or chese or kwa or ma or mo cheno. But yes, there are issues with it. And I have a problem with attorney general no. Because you see Damikra rezi wo court. And I judge and say onimni oye. Judge nka say onimni oye. Chere say bring an application to say attorney general no eti a court no ruling so. Because who attorney general no omo ede ba say opeso okohwe nani no. Na wo ho. Omo di documents ni bibia ma o. Ya pene ama yesi wo nko. Ena problem e ba ni say Hanan no court to say Oma withdraw charges. Now say omu di can withdraw charges na. Me pese my accounts no omu freeze no. Ono no ka say the properties no omu freeze.
Omu di freeze.
Omu anyewe. And na judge no rule say once ya terminate ade no omu withdraw charges no. Bibia fa hu bia no. Enimu biem.
Okay.
Ntini say all this it will ka say you moot because enimu biem ntini say all the background say me really on. Enti kobo bra
so are not automatic
it will charges have been withdrawn no idea but on say or the landed properties no if you no rule and there and on say you go freezing the assets differently it was the you go freezing of the landed properties and then a court but the freezing of the accounts no a different freezing court no so so no more person mo say I wasn't defreezing on freezy bank accounts there no a landed properties in there no they call it but that has also tell you say those accounts no were also freezed based on those charges na a withdraw no it high court to be a rule say ehun hia sa wo de beba biem can he also say any ba akono so ehun hia biem tini say medeko it ono no court no what the landed properties ruling no and a comma bank no
no, so that's idea we did.
And no can say there were landed properties, but the freezing of the accounts will be different. Okay. But that is what I'm saying. Say judge and say once charges are withdrawn, you will others and also they call another high court and in front of another judge. No, can say and also a moot and the lawyers in the bit but attorney general no. It means that wamananko, and that is dangerous. What that means, they say, I was saying it the other time. Just a court case will be in Kobe. Attorney general abaka se mehu ade bi wo ho me de ache no o ma ne nko no watwen a time ne ba abeso no wo se sa na CEO ono file say o be kirem ne nti afi ni si e ma ne nko no e na time na ye de ama Hanan ye 12 ni twamu e na mo kokko judge ne se na asem na ade no kra o ko no atwam nti ye nka hu biem and which is bad nti I was I think say also rag of damn challenges ade no court na court wuli on e nyeza attorney general bit ma fa kwati kwan so emu court mraso using a technical and
but no people say I didn't think attorney general be person obotu na atiem akwantu a obi tu I mean yes
ofurata issue so obi hanim say no
ofurata
so obi hanim say
let's say one out of lot
but say no so na Ghana fo nyina ka say okọ e wa ama
eti na ubeso say attorney general e bia ono no wa yam hihye bi say obenya ofurata part 2
no ntia
no, but so I mean, yes, any panel a subject of court trial. But
court na man ho
so what's
the make us say we should I said alright damn the court.
Exactly. So what about that? But Nana, you've been following this Hanan Wahab issue. Ben person be mebusa say bia I mean but now the point is that issue ni buy and fine political man for start witch hunting and stuff like that. You got attorney general some be can press conference na say I say a chedo do yen should anti she adecha dey say na say issue ni ayemre. I'm sure these are things for those who don't really follow the matter. And but who follow attorney general press conference or be far branty we that time
they say what the cash account ska
no the way I see here we share the atmosphere in this country almost everybody hey challenge the securities now all of a sudden I say a man could not see
yeah, because case in start next week in the best start. Now on say Machira will say, and you man a woman who
the ordinary person out there who consumed that press conference. Who said the impression is created to that ordinary person is Charlie, go for the yes go, but I say,
but
after about 6 months, I
say, it is not the fault of the Attorney General on the rapidity of court cases.
That's the education I want us to offer. Exactly. So justice system.
Justice system, because people are also complaining the wound to me was just 5 months. People are also saying they give to worry. I think you be third prosecution.
Meanwhile, give to worry. They can both strategy. I want to.
Na in start here. Or say SB. I think you case management. Or say SB. I think you case management.
For NSS boss.
And somebody they our court system no. On say Enrechi, Ora Justice Kulendi, Supreme Court judge can say they have over 20,000 cases pending. There is a problem. Acting speaker, acting chief justice, I can say be introduced night court. We have to do it because.
Do you also have a problem with our justice system? How it grounds slowly?
Yeah. Because someone say as his vetting for Supreme Court appointment, Ora Justice Jamefe, I can say. And corruption cases, you know, and can my want 3 months.
And also, it's not constitution.
But don't say the problems when they say, "Okas yin temoa."
Because a corruption case, a criminal case, and no one now the innocent person.
One say, election petition the end day. You say 42 days. You be no. But we so can say no so you president of the republic
criminal case.
Yeah, but I'm saying say no you dey choose president to deserve so transfer and I am famu obi no. And no you say we within 42 days. It way no. I don't know. And you many be na saying ki cat free. But like you are saying, you know, criminal trial obi fan who dey there. It me I said the same. So what the bad the problem baba.
Kojo nana yanko Aduboahen. Aduboahen so no. How did it start and where are we now? And also they started with press conference. Hey!
I know when the man, say na first press conference. Yeah, I'm sure.
Aduboahen.
Or they are to few or they are to
challenge me kwasco e mampo da bi efi bem we fe pa.
Say you kwa kwatro.
Yes, e ka we say e ka ho. Na fe all of a sudden.
Say you kwatro no.
Yes, all of a sudden Boa say issue na conform. As a vibe or yeah, press conference, they buy and no for and certainly it fits into the oral discussion at the time, which are oral budget. But as a free basis, I'm you know, they want to
so what happens? They say on Attorney General, no, Rebecca say be a 5 witnesses. It is said they might catch you, we know. And who send some case management, me peneme de coco, no attaching a bisa, be a coco Supreme Court, High Court, and a trial, Mr. T. And affairs prosecution with
already a trial and started.
Yeah, start here, baby. Nessa Sky Train, you know.
Okay.
I saw Sky Train, no. Omo Attorney General we any deal. And you for an accused for Professor Confini Solomon or you know. I file a submission of no case. And Justice Kokuvite a ruling against them so more opium defense.
Submission of no case bro for mood.
Okay. Eti yamfase Ora Kwabena Dubois, I don't know what be Sammy. Attorney General friend the first witness, prosecution witness. Aye, Kwabena Dubois in driver no. No see oko first the Gugana must go back no. Or no. And a second one year I think na second one year Ruby. Ruby na ye accountant who's a finance officer no.
So hold on to us. Prosecution witness and I was say we
on ebe dia dance yama ban.
Good, but I was say we obi obe accused person na.
No.
Because say you kind no. Kwabena Dubois driver. What's an accountant, right?
Accountant ne ye NSB nti we ya ban adwuma.
So by the time no be no ne ye adwuma ne adwuma da.
I say a crime now commit.
So what I'm saying is that it looks like prosecution witness and you better do to be there so. As I people within the closet of the accused person.
But when we say any driver no. And I say sika no what ye free aban account to nim e de akoto ono an account mu. Na ye hwe sa account nim no. Ebia 13th January 2019 Steven Zando ekoyi 500,000 cash free account ni.
E we feel so me.
Me a fresh Steven Zando. Ye ko ha no na wo na wo ye Kwabena a driver. Eti ye beto to wano.
Okay.
Won ka say oh me de me ye adwuma.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Eti wona wo betimi abekire say won say sika no. Wo betimi ka say me nkoyi kura mfiri mu. But ye betnya every wo ba be di dance say wo soma me ma me koyi di gu bag mu di brain wo fie.
Yeah, na me you dey koyi.
Say wo enti that obi omo ba. And a second prosecution witness ni nipa na ohwe NSB National Signals Bureau no. Omo sika sem ntoto ye. And a third one no na ye the ono fa no free bank ho no be ye adwuma ma no no ano ototo ne nyoma no o me refini din o okuta popular name eti ye wo fourth prosecution witness no Cromwell no ono na ye investigator no
wow
eti ono na rere nsem ni nyina mu but say no
do now to submission of no case
submission of no case na asem ne say on abaya bo ni nkro nyina awie no first ma me nchire mu say wo de witness ba kane no o ye first court election petition 2012 na on say ora Addison Philip Addison na Dr. Baumia witness statement no o say bisa ne nsem wo ho but say no ye pese ye kate no wo ye witness no ye mbibi se bisa nsem bia what throw witness because ye pese ye kate time ni waste no what throw witness statement say ye friend Steven Zando me ye we Austin Woode no mami ko yiska de yewe o mami ko yewe o mami ko yewe me asema me tro bia me di ho adanse ye me ana me tro me wono wa tro sa ane o mani nyina wo tro wi a wo ba begina box ni mu na atene gina busa say ye fra o say ye fra Mr. Vinzando wedding fee say wo free here e bi say ane o ma be 3 hours say witness statement we no wa na wo tro ye wo ni mo say me na me tro ye na ye wi no
wow
nti ye nko che wo no ho nti ye wi a ni ya frɛ accused no a lawyer no a cross examine wo nti ono ne de ndo be cross examine wo ye ni nyina wi a na wo na ye de aban aba okɔ adu no waka say lawyer judge asɛm na ɔde bo me nyansa bi anim
ɛsɛ mu ha
me ni for me submission of no case
as submission of no case ni yes asɛm na ɔka nkuro no ɔbɔ ni
na be bia no amedi for nti ɔye wi a na judge no a ɔye try high court judge no really on that say me Tanzania the ball won ne cross examination no I establish prima facie who anu year also we ano eti wo ka wie na wo no wonte ase a na wo de submission of no case ruling no what challenge wo court of appeal eti sky train there no omo challenge wo court of appeal eti wo challenge a na waka say yen hold to proceedings e wo high court ho because me jide se me di bem wo court of appeal ye kan court of appeal
okay
eno ya judge ne se da bi because supreme court rule say nye bibia na o say ye stay proceedings eti judge ne se me de meto aso eti open defense eti japa ene ato forcing almost submit submission of no case ena maami asar fiasar buchi e rule on esa ye said in Only said there be prima facie has been established. Omumi enu opi omu defense. Eti atu force mu court of appeal to challenge ruling on submission of no case. But almost still na no mo ntia say omu opi omu defense. Ma me na butanchia. Ena stay of proceedings so ya anya antum. To mu opi omu defense ma atu force wo wie ne defense of rest tepe ne wan be di adanse e de ma no. Japan starting ne de ena okofa go fredami tape ne baaye no eti eno to aso no ena court of appeal ruling ne baaye 2-1 say maami ni ye mistake on defective charges or say at the burden of proof no to accuse no so instead of giving it to the prosecution the see was said na dey na bi eti 2-1 ni say ka atom omu opi omu defense eti ono ho so omu di bi mo ho ena be ho to high court no say e chese ni so omu opi omu defense ena go fredami e call say okwa challenge court of appeal no supreme court eno na eyi ba betwa mu no ayi ni ese so fast one is waka court of appeal ruling no ye court supreme court still ye be lose enti na high court no de no terminate ye
there's explanation where clear
but say ye nim sa ni humanity ama for nte sa ayi na say
bibia the politics but you see me because submission of no case no nana we don't follow court how often na isi say submission of no case will apply how we will because apart from maybe a to force there okay it looks like submission of no case no we be a masa
maybe
to form that's
oh baby who say want to me the yi ba yi me na me kofa ba say there are over 35 people including 3 Chinese. Yes, we are 250 to 5 years in
yes.
on the same charge no from 2019 no. It you say amumi hu say plea bargain. Am for say the mapoli bebrebe ordinary citizens. Ordinary citizens bebrebe plea bargain.
What is involved in your
say am fine ho. Na wo ye kwiani wo baby na no ha me no akop. Ba wo court rulings mu a say me no mafa to me wuzu ti na me ko say chin say
submission of no case na man for ta wini.
Oh, na say owura o say agi. No wa jusu o say baby. MP no. Deputy Foreign Affairs and Akufo. Because atamu zini ko gina court over NIB mu scandal bi no. Or we need case no because almost one public procurement. But once a public procurement no, e was say aban adwuma.
Yes.
Once NIB nya aban adwuma. ECG nya aban adwuma. So it won't know when is idea no.
But na we share recent cases now. Maybe apart from auto force against.
No, bebre. You so ye bi sa. Ko jompi ni Tarzan. Almost can say judge twa asem no because say emra ne kire say me ko commission of inquiry a ye hye me say me nka nokore saa nokore no me ko ka wo ho emra ne say wontimi nyusu no emfa mo me ko adu etu omo de no kra de asem na start am yan ko ka say omo di saa 50 million bi no start kra it there are a lot of submission of no case bebrebe ebi so ye yi Hinaku Beige
capital
wono kra de ne de amanfo won say wo te ho no wo see Beige di 650 million there be ye bon ko adu wie ye no eno ye submission of no case ena judge ni rulity ano eno de court of appeal
wow
okoye no de wa we need 2-1 wo we need 3-0 it is out to force de ni to no de court of appeal for ni nyina ruli ma no eno na ayi na beka se me ka kire mu se sa Beige die yi me kokoji 60-40 a enye ni se menya 0 yi it is submission of no case na working even normal criminal trials
now to do boy
it's a do boy in there no Drew Cromwell so
okay
attaching here
and he is the 4th prosecution
witness which is the and here on last witness into attaching na that's bonga last 2 weeks last week na me kind no e ka say
last week
onye no nwie ntem no so you ana maybe what questions no critical questions no so then ask the critical questions stop the uncritical questions
let me take call obusa questions
hu na wo kan misro
na ba uncritical questions ba here say
oh so we say wo critical questions no say na e
dia no wo so questions here and a critical
just say me wo questions be bre here me be bisa
nti wo se busa no na jade wo busa enye ehu here no
me de wona wo
oduka be ka say useless questions
so you so word back we kura o mu
me aram so beka
meet me
so dey ka o baji ja kura nyo na
oh dey meet me ahwe baron say court asem no you have to quote it
exactly
verbatim and no nka me pay because apart from on critical questions no or say you sue just such bonga you sue
and you say nana who say judges no more experience do it when say sir on critical questions na buza nyina it is meant to delay the process
no wan kirem
no me say na make but I mean who share proceedings now e be in the wisdom of the judge who say ade na who here also who can busa na yet to cases no don't ask him those questions those are the critical questions I want cause how kind
or say he should ask relevant questions
relevant
and attach here say it occur say ask relevant questions no and they say judges be
relevant opposite
titi what ta court on yeah judge for one say what is the relevance of this question to the case but occur na no attach ya no say relevance ni dey key o mu bisa so lawyer crash sorry na occur say ubisa ne client questioner obetuma sorry say objection no aka chen say what is your objection so what is the relevance of the question asem na ye ka no efa Steven Zandu eyire ho wo bisa Steven Zandu empana ho asem sa efa ho bay emfa unti no bisa relevance no say the relevance of it ne say no ne sa oba ne wo ho ansa no wo kohia na yire na judge na wuli on relevance ni the judge ni issue correct atachia no na koka say me 4 days because judge nigga say memo 2 days here in term no was spending 1 month to just one prosecuting number 4 no na judge say memo 2 days but no me wo 4 days ma me be 4 days me wo critical questions. Also, then ask the critical questions and stop.
You didn't do this.
He's asking on critical questions.
Therefore, busa questions na who here na o kan. Anya de who here na o di bonkuru.
Nti next week no 2 days no obetumi awie.
Okay.
To owie a now no aban aboni nkuru awie.
Okay.
Na attaching atworo say judge me gina wesu we obedi adanse onye papa we nti Tanzania ye de bo mi nipa na mfa so obi ani so onye boni bia submission of no case na attorney general so ye de ama no so reply to saade no unse radio focus say wo watwe am maka say we obedo agumachi ye mpesa attorney general so se me nam kaza affairs obedo agumachi dia nti omo ye wi na judge na kotena say release asem na ode ball no ye establish a prima facie ni se oyi ne ho ano nti wonko fi
wow
ye establishing so a onyi ne ho ano na attaching is likely going to challenge at the court of appeal na no see na ye be na opinion defense because he will still also file stay of proceedings but when him say maka say now they don't grant it like of 20 judge maka say end started it afei na kwabana so e de ono so witnesses e ba beba it ono ne witnesses no and so omo de omo witness statement keke ye bi se omo nsem bebre na attorney general mom aye omo cross examination nti ho na ayewo
na de
be di be 2 years na say ye wie 1 year ni omo ko legal vacation but say chief justice no acting no ama warrant say omo te oral cases no so just kokuvite any achibongo omo nkoso ntena so ti legal vacation week nkwa no omo bekoso atena so but so owie kra within a year na submission of no case ruling ba next month either so mbe free no mkofi
no but now if you are saying it's a case with maybe 2 years I mean 2 years from now
no I'm saying say ya nji submission of no case na ntumu it means he has to open his defense
because ebetimi I know your likelihood I mean one of the so what I'm saying is that the case maybe 2 years let's say next election cramp no
next year pepe say attorney general
okay already I spent 1 year so case no in general
okay but attorney general no ebetimi aka say me hwe wo witnesses ne nsem no maba na me so omo nsem bebrebe bia because who person odi delay keke
of course
it mean they make me me cross examination within 2 months na judge na bua
okay
nti say obi was attorney general does not need to ask more questions to delay case no nti no there
so now e be delay kwa na partly e be attorney general Matthias where we are now
I'm thinking say offer 7 you cry witnesses attorney general bet me use 2 months the awie but the problem then say within trial there are a lot of applications so mo be file na ya stopping na ye kokoko no na bit mama na che
anyway now lastly on this particular subject before everybody want to be said na tamakulu you know the general outlook of the government from the end of Ora because cases we nyina no abana mamo ne shase Ora ba na man for so ma se be chinkrofo gum you know
sanity
and you know the general outlook of government washa government look saying
no it was wrong for them but almost say and can say famra kwan so and you cannot fault them because why would you think so be see Ora until buy a kangaroo court near Chiobi
but the president on several occasions I heard him
but he did not say we will not go through
the
system.
No
one can see be jeli.
Oh no, as in way but you bet you has so good you bet prosecute you bet you
but they do not determine if the person goes to jail or the speedy trial.
So Chidi me acho.
And I said Chidi yetimi chi obi for investigation. Ekodem de court na be man na say be cha na nchana obekwa akodem na onnem. Itimi kwa why is this even a debate? Because yetimamufu a yadwene a e wose yehu say president you no na determine case how long it will take. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying say certain things we debate over no. Why? Because Obia should know say Abanchi Obia and court in the big
but it's because of what the politicians tell us.
And I'm saying
come campaign no more catch na yen. And also minimum. We had the MP before you. Akwa oba e be che no oba e be say the impression you create in the minds of the ordinary Ghanaian and say Joshua will buy it never shim.
No, Obechi Obi is different from say you didn't.
Ghana mo say mo nyele no mo do so mo yele.
Yes, and no na me kira wo say mafa bia to me ho so no. E wo sense ntwofo no bia NCC so fa to omo ho so. Because why are you saying say aban betumi de obi akotum. Aban does not even determine the na kwabena de ameka kire we. Aban wie all the 4 prosecution within 3 months.
So aban to mean chobi antum. Sorry, aban to mean jeli.
No. Wo be da jeli. Court no. Me say kwabena de aban wie ni bibia within 3 months.
The thing dey we are na you go blame president.
Oh, say there is the politics of it.
Which is very important too.
I know there you see Zando. If people are not seized with information and you provide it for them, on say chron say mumfa me nim asuma wo but we Christonia chron say ansa na obeba no na asem na kuwiase afa na bebia eti ene na o ma ene de na e ka kire o e che se obi wo ba bi on te asem no because you cannot judge the person abra on te asem no obeda no judge nipa no judgment no because nipa no te asem no a obeda no judge no so ohun say obi nte ya I don't begrudge the person but I was say ye nchirechiremu na ma obi ehu say president ntimi njeli obi president kaso obodo obi betum a obi betum based on there be a democracy enye kangaroo court na kangaroo court no kwase na edi o masem enye president even though say enye papa no still na nipa na tena asem no so obi be ka kira o say me ye campaign to ma me ba me de omo wi asika ebe ko jail debi
enye possible so that's the education we offer
enye possible
say politics in omo ye campaign on beka but I mean I think for fair use obi to make say bia we will maybe
arrest
them
and
investigate them
and prosecute
exactly
yes
but
jail need a court
and the court na be jail what I say eti abuja for the first part in Asia enche bia na yeba sat in kabiem possibly on said Natamaklo and Cheba Woode. Remember that has been a Sokata show powered by Lily Flower Green Clay Solution Center and of course backhome assist.com.